Welcome, Nick Adams, to the show.
Hello.
So we've been doing this TV show, KiddNation TV.
Yeah.
You know, a little test run in a couple markets in Houston and in Dallas. And this is different from the radio show because you get to see what's going on behind the scenes mostly. And we do things outside of the studio. And with that comes a little bit of FaceTime for our support staff, who are the unsung heroes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nick happens to be one of those guys. He's a producer. He gets here earlier than we do, as does Trey and White Cheddar and Anna and Lacey and Amy. And so these people work long hours, and you guys don't get the love and admiration.
Right. That's right.
That you
carrying
should
the
be
show
getting.
on my back.
Of course, Nicholas. But now that you're on TV, people get to see what you look like.
Oh, yes.
So how's that been going for you?
Well, this weekend, I went to a live recording of my favorite podcast, Dak Shepard, Armchair Expert.
Oh, yeah.
He was in town, and he did a live recording of his podcast. It was wonderful.
Was it good? My girlfriends went.
It was great.
Loved
It was so much fun.
How did you even find out about that?
I just heard about it. Tickets sold out in an hour, and luckily I follow him on social media and stuff, so I saw
you got
it.
your finger on the pulse. I need to put my finger somewhere.
It was great. So it was
Save that, please.
It was a great date night for me and the wife, the rare date night for us. And anyways, the second I walked in the door, I mean, my foot crossed the threshold of the venue,
Yeah.
a girl comes up to me.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love KiddNation TV. I've listened to the morning show for years. I was like, oh, thanks so much. This is so nice.
Was it within earshot of Dak?
No.
He's backstage.
He's
Backstage, just
Dak.
right before the
Not
show.
Dak.
Yeah.
And oh my, she's just going on and on and on. And she said, congrats on the engagement, Trey. I was, and my wife was there. My wife was so proud.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at
My husband.
yes, his dreams are coming true.
Yeah.
And I looked at her and I said, I'm not Trey. And she was so embarrassed. She didn't say anything. She just turned around and left. She didn't say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's hard.
So it was kind of like ego boost, ego
Deflate.
deflate. But it was kind of like, But
what?
literally 1 second after that, someone else came up to me.
Yes.
And this
Second person in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And she said, oh my gosh, I love the Shut Up podcast. I was like, she knows who I am.
Right.
She really does.
Podcast community.
Yeah. And I was talking to her, and I knew I'd seen her before, and I couldn't place it. And she told me her name, and she said her name was Noelle. And I said, you're the girl that wrestled Jennifer Shoes several years ago. And it was her. It was her.
And she was just on KiddNation TV. They did a flashback.
Yes, it was so crazy.
Random.
Yeah, and I asked her, well, what did you do with those shoes? Because she won. And I said, what do you do with those shoes? And she said, well, I actually just
Kept the money.
I kept the money and bought tires.
Yeah, you did.
Some new shoes for
I
a whip.
remember
shoes for-
we talked about that. I remember.
Shoes for her car.
Yeah.
And then she
Right.
said, thank you, Justin, right?
No, she knows me. She knows me.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's cool, though.
Yeah,
Nick.
so I was picked back up. I got a good ego boost at the end, and then we saw the show, and it was great.
My man.